Welcome back to the news. In more local news, UNP Deputy Leader Sajith Premadasa says that the public remains committed to safeguard the independence of the judiciary. He made this statement during a function held at Sri Dharmashrama Vihara in Boralla today.
UNP Deputy Leader Sajith Premadasa made a monetary donation to the Sri Dharmashrama Vihara under the Sasunata Aruna program. Even the Secretary of the Judicial Services Commission admits that a situation has been created where there is political interference in the judicial process. The general public have had to come forward to represent and safeguard the independence of the judiciary. I need to state at this occasion that the 20 million people in our country will dedicate themselves to strengthen the judicial system in the country and to safeguard its independence.
The Honoured Citizen 2012 ceremony of the Colombo Municipal Council was held in Colombo yesterday.
Honoured Citizen 2012 is a ceremony organised by the Municipal Treasurer's Department of the Colombo Municipal Council to award the Honoured Citizen title and the CMC loyalty card to 100 ratepayers in the Colombo Municipal Council area. The event was held under the auspices of the Governor of the Western Province Alavi Maulana and the Mayor of Colombo AJM Muzammil.
For me, the elections are over. I am the mayor for the entire city of Colombo. How do we work for the betterment of the people? Our political commitment is always stands with us, whatever we do. But when it comes to work for the people, betterment of the people, I am very glad that even the government is extending a great hand to us. So that is how this city is being progressed.
Today marks Binara Full Moon Poe Day. Religious observances were held around the country in lieu of Binara Full Moon Poe Day today.
Mal pipi suwaleti mal warusaave sitinwala elena pau mal diya kerunave.
It was on a day like this that Mahaprajapati Gautami Devi embraced the 8 Garudhammas and instead at the Bhikkhuni Shasana.
Lothara Budurajanan Wahanse
It was on the Binara Full Moon Poe Day that Lord Buddha gave the highest position for the women. On a day like this, all individuals should engage in religious observances.
විහාරස්ථානයට ගිහිල්ලා තමන්ට කරගත හැකි ඒ පින්කම් වලට ඔබ සම්බන්ධ වෙන්න.
Meanwhile, a relic exposition commenced at the Hunupitiya Gangarama Vihara in Colombo today. Devotees are provided with an opportunity to worship the relics of Sivali Thera and other relics until the 2nd of January.
ලෝකයටම හිමි ගුණ කඳ දැනුණාවේ.
The premises, which is covered by a great wall bearing these wordings, consists of a school that teaches all humans how to refrain from engaging in acts that would imprison them. It is from the inception itself that this premises, which taught Buddhism, received the name Jayanti Dharma School. This Sunday school commenced on the 10th of April 1955 by the Buddhist Society of the Colombo officials of the prison department under the guidance of deceased Venerable Madiye Panyasila Thera. It is from the fund that was collected by 2 rupees that were debited from the salaries of prison officials who were members of the Buddhist Society that this building was constructed for the Sunday school. It is also the Buddhist Society of the prison officials that took steps to add a second building to this Sunday school, which commenced as the 22nd Sunday school in the Colombo district. Certain plaques that cast a shadow on this true past are still standing strong near both these buildings. It is following an order from the Prime Minister and the Civil and Crime Courts that functioned in this building were removed from the location in the year 2011. This Sunday school, which has 163 students at present, provides Dhamma education not only to children of prison officials but also to children living in police and army quarters that are situated close by and also to children in Wanathamulla. Classes from grade 1 to 5 are conducted in the building that was constructed in 1976. Since last Wednesday, the Prisons Department has invaded this building. This building is now used as the barracks for the training of prison officials. They are also using the toilets allocated for the Sunday school, and as a result, our children are unable to go to that side. The alternative provided by the Prisons Commissioner General is indeed noteworthy. This alternative suggests that the classes from grade 1 to 5 be held at the department sports complex, which is a place where one of the 5 precepts is broken on Saturday nights. Now we are compelled to conduct Dhamma school at a bar. This is not at all suitable for the children in the Sunday school. Doesn't the plight of the Jayanti Sunday School prove that the prisons department is going off the track? Commissioner of Buddhist Affairs, this is over to you.
The area residents launched a protest demanding for their cultivations to be protected from wild elephants. A protest march launched with the participation of residents of 200 villages who face the threat of wild elephants entering their villages. The electric fence related problem in the Udawalawa Thanamalwila road. A herd of elephants enter a village. Elephants loitering on the road. Are the officials waiting for lives to be lost by wild elephant attacks?
The Eisenhower Fellowship South Asian Conference and Eisenhower Day celebrations organized under the theme South Asia on the Move, Achieving its Full Potential in the 21st Century concluded today. Sessions were held today under various themes including the culture and society, century of the empowered South Asian woman and private sector as the engine of growth. The Eisenhower Fellowships Association of Sri Lanka was formally established in August 2004. A non-profit, non-partisan organization, Eisenhower Fellowships Worldwide, commenced in 1956 with a group of people dedicated to past U.S. President Dwight Eisenhower's vision of a world without confrontation during Eisenhower's first birthday in the White House. General Secretary of the Citizens Front parliamentarian J. Sri Ranga says that it is the Nureli district that is at the top of the country's poverty line. The parliamentarian made this observation while addressing a function in the Valapani area recently.
This function was held at the Ponigar Pillar Tamil School in Ragala in the Valapani Education Zone. Books were donated to children in the area under the program Priority to Education.
இங்க ஒரு தரம் வந்து பார்லிமென்ட்ல இது செய்யலன்னு சொல்றே இல்ல மற்றவனை செய்ய விடாம அப்படி இருக்கறதா சொல்லினோம்.
Nothing has been done by those who represented the parliament from this area. They only talk about how to prevent what is being done by others. They even stopped the university that was to be built here. If one says they need it, then the other says they don't. This has continued for over 60 years and the people are still in the same place. We need to take this society forward and develop them. I don't understand why these people don't think about developing the people in our society. It is the Nuwara district that is on top of the country's poverty line. The Hambantota district that is above Nuwara is more developed than Colombo at present.
முதலாவது மாவட்டமான இந்த ஹம்பாந்தோட்டை இந்த கொழும்புலும் பார்க்க முன்னேறிச்சு.
Australia, Finland and Luxembourg are vying for the 2 available seats as non-permanent representatives of the United Nations Security Council at the election scheduled in October. Speaking to News First, Shamir Rasoldin in New York on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly, President of Finland, Sauli Niinistö, said that Finland will give prominence to the Asian region.
Starting off, Mr. President, Finland, Luxembourg and Australia are vying for a non-permanent seat at the Security Council. What are your chances, Mr. President?
At least what we have discussed here with very many people and very many representatives of governments, it seems that we have support. And then we see whether that support is enough or not. We hope it is.
Mr. President, if elected to the UN Security Council this time, what would Finland do differently on many issues in respect of the crisis in the Middle East, the crises plaguing Asia as a whole?
We have a tradition, so-called Nordic tradition, that includes strong commitment to rule of law, to equality, to democratic values, and also we are enhancing the women's rights. So these are the main questions that we will keep in our mind.
Mr. President, will Finland follow on the footsteps of the EU policies, or would it act differently on the approaches that it would adopt if elected as a non-permanent representative at the SC?
Usually the process is that amongst EU countries we try to get unanimity or same kind of opinion, but it doesn't succeed every time, and if that is the case, we don't find a fair common opinion, so we are on our own.
Right, thank you very much, Mr. President, for joining us.
On to sports news now. England recorded their first win at the ICC World 2020 Super 8 stage when they beat New Zealand in the 17th match played at the Pallekele International Cricket Stadium.
New Zealand won the toss and opted to bat first. The Kiwis posted 148 runs for 6 in the allotted 20 overs. England's Jade Dernbach and Samit Patel were replaced by Tim Weston and Danny Briggs for today's match. Meanwhile, New Zealand brought in Doug Bracewell to replace Jacob Oram. Martin Guptill, who opened the New Zealand innings, was sent back to the pavilion for just 5 runs. Guptill's opening partner Rob Nicol scored only 11 runs. James Franklin, who revived the Kiwi innings when they were in the trouble stage of 67 for 4, scored 50 runs off 33 balls.
That was close to being wasted. Oh, that's a good shot. Very well played. It's going to clear the bound up there.
England's Stephen Finn bagged 3 wickets for 16 runs in his 4 overs, which is also the best performance by an Englishman in the history of the World 2020.
It's going to be goals. It's gone.
Luke Wright, who steered the English towards a comprehensive 6-wicket victory, was adjudged man of the match for his 76 runs contribution, which comprised of 5 sixes and 5 fours.
Stretching for this one, and it... Oh, look at this. The white ball is disappearing in this ball.
Host Sri Lanka are currently taking on the West Indies in the 18th encounter of the ICC World 2020 underway at the Pallekele International Cricket Stadium in Kandy. Now, for the very latest details of the match, we are now joined by Sports First Nadeem Majid, who is at the venue. Nadeem?
Thank you, Arundhati. Well, the West Indies set the Sri Lankans a target of 130 earlier this evening, and the West Indies just now struck their first blow, dismissing Tilakaratne Dilshan for 13 runs. Sri Lanka now 22 for 1, chasing down a target of 130. It should be a fairly easy target. Now, the West Indies, of course, the West Indies innings, the highlight of that innings was Marlon Samuel's 50. Quite a resilient knock, but other than that, the batting lineup, of course, was quite disappointing. Ajantha Mendis reached his 100th 2020 international wicket. Kumar Sangakkara is the new batsman at the crease at the moment. Sri Lanka 22 runs for the loss of 1 wicket after 2.5 overs. This is Nadeem Majid for Sports First, live from Pallekele. It's back to you at the main news desk on the TV.
Well, with that, we wrap up tonight's edition of Weekend Primetime News. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Arundhati Mudanayaka. Good night.